Hello and welcome to episode 24, I think, of my IXION playthrough. Not much has happened between last episode and this. I was trying to allow it to get more done. We have the smallest amount of material still around, although we have loads of ice, but that's fine, we're not using too much ice in the minute. I just would like to refill our stockpiles. But no, we ended up having to stop because this thing appeared. I am 70-80% sure this is, you've been in the system too long, here is your -1 stability penalty. But wasn't there an overall place that I could see this? Ah, here we go. Stability 45454. I think we can take a penalty of 1. But we need to do this on screen because it's an event, so let's see what it is. There it is. Okay. So yeah, we didn't get that much further. We've been trying to get all of the batteries in place and charging. We are starting to run out of, in fact we're down to our last 10 chips though. I think this is built. Yeah, these are built, we're just waiting for them to charge. These are disassembling, that one is being built. We don't have the circuits to get the one extra in here, but this isn't a particularly power-hungry sector, and we're going to turn all of these off shortly, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay, that can also go off. We don't actually need the power on that now. They're already off. I've been umming and ahhing about how to expand this sector here, but I've not figured anything out yet. One thing I want to try and make sure is that before we end up stuck in the storm for any period of time, that we have sufficient of this stuff hanging around. Why are you... why is one of you red and one of you isn't? Sufficient alloys in here. We got this built so we can take this down. I also want to take this down because I would like to have 3 of them ready for when we have to start moving. Once this has been removed, can I actually place 2 DLS centers? No. We will have to rip this down. I think we can get it in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's probably 8 long. I know it is 7, so it does fit in there. Okay, good. So the DLS center goes there, the other thingy goes here, the alternate life center. And then with that space cleared, we can move over the remainder of these houses. Excuse me, sorry, I'm burping from my tea. Let's have another sip of it while it's still hot. Something we regularly forget to do, finish drinking our tea. Okay, so we can leave all of that ticking over. This is plenty of battery. The battery's in here, they're charging, they're ready. Let's place the battery down here, although we are missing the circuit to be able to do anything with it.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
Let's get this open. Docking bay, 10 crew members, sector 4, all's fine. We also got one in sector 2, that's fine. Is that what? That wasn't the hospital? No, it was an insect farm. Okay, population. I'm going to place that there. I'm going to pause the construction though. Yeah, we've got some placeholders here, so that has plenty. This one is charging. Interesting, we've lost one of the benefits. Which benefit have we lost? Oh, this area probably isn't considered space anymore, because this is being deconstructed and that's still being constructed. Okay, that's fine. Oh, is that actually placed in exactly the right position, unintentionally? It is. This one is where it actually wants to be. That's nice. So the next things we need to take down is this. These three here. But we need this to come down first, so we'll wait until... Yeah, that's gone. That's being built. Let's put down, since we have the space, we won't build them. But let's get down the placeholders. So basically we're going to have 6 EVA buildings, which is horrendously overkill as far as I'm concerned, but there may come a point where that overkill is probably highly desired. But we'll see. We are probably... Yeah, we've got one more of these that we can make, and then we can swap this over to that for the time being. These guys are still happily going away. I don't know how long they're going to take. We have so much carbon. We've almost filled that back up again. Okay, that's come down, so let's dismantle that. Still happy. Yeah, that needs to be entirely dismantled before we can actually place it over here. Yeah, that was it. It was spaced here. Yep, once that farm upgrade is done, then... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, that's a weird sizing. Why is that size? It fixed itself. And there's going to be one more airlock over here, and then another probe launcher over here. And then this here, there's going to have one more building here, and then this entire thing is basically going to be mirrored along the diagonal. So we've got one of these here. This will get put into... it's food at the minute, but it will be converted to polymers. Yep, that has to go that way round. And we can dismantle that. Build its replacement here. The infirmary, this one here, is going to get moved next to this. Then the mess hall will actually get put here. And the alternate life center goes here. And then the food stockpile, which would be a medium stockpile, will go here. Okay, we can actually dismantle that now. What's our population level like? Okay, we can safely dismantle this as well. That'll allow us to fix the roads. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was worried about, but again, all of these can be turned off. And this one here currently isn't doing anything. That's full. We don't have the circuits to build the next solar panel. We can turn this off for now. We'll still get circuits in from this, it'll just take a little while longer. We can turn that on.
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
So I double checked that I wasn't insane. The let me actually just read it. Let me find it. I don't think you can see this, but let me go to, if we go to the community hub, if we go to the news, and we find patch 1.0.2.2, And we scroll all the way down to the accidents. The second one. Fixed a bug where accidents were being triggered instantaneously linked to the player switching the building back on manually. It was supposed to be fixed. I did the math wrong, but it was supposed to be fixed. I'm not having the building explode on me. God damn it. We've got another 8 cycles. Yeah, and it killed a crew member because of a bug that was supposed to be fixed. Now we've got to do all of that again. Thank you, devs. We'll try and speed our way through this since we now know roughly what we're doing. Okay, so we can take that down. Take that down. Oh yeah, I forgot I needed to acknowledge that. It just gave it to me anyway. That is the wrong building. Wait, that can't be positioned right. That isn't positioned right, is it? There we go. Pause it so that we can pause the construction of this. Turn that off because it's full and it's not going to go anywhere. Waiting for that to go over. Ah yes, we can do that with this.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Medium stockpile. There's a few accidents. Let's just check them all. Okay, all looks fine. Food is fine. That is paused, right? It's not paused. But we do need it rebuilt anyway. Just make sure it's turned off. And then we need to pause again so that we can put this down and then pause it. Okay, this can now be removed. Why is the word pause not written on this thing? Weird. It should have the word pause on it. I'm not sure why it's missing. Catch ourselves up to where we were before. Goes there. Dismantle that. Dismantle that. Dismantle that. Put that in there. Speed it up again. And that can be turned off. We cannot turn this on. We did that, miscalculate that. We need to wait for this to actually be finished. Oh, industrial enzymes is being researched, which means we can now research that. With that being researched, let's queue that. Okay, we're more or less where we were previously. That was something we was going to look at. I'm surprised that is not collecting ice. Ice is on its list. Is it docked? Is it doing something? It's travelling somewhere. Maybe it's off to get ice. Maybe that quite literally is what it's doing. Yeah, they're off fetching ice at the minute. Fair enough. All of them are. Okay, that works for me. Okay, speed things up a bit again. Okay.
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
Steel mill. You're not running anymore? You're not running anymore. Pause. Okay. Sounds good. We need to turn this on there. Still good. Okay. Road goes along there. We get rid of that road. Get rid of that road. That road. That road. Okay. The infirmary goes here. The mess hall goes next to it. The alternate life center, which we will pause construction of because I don't want it to use the circuits. And then we need food storage goes here. Once the food storage is there, then this is actually already in the right position, pointing in the right direction. We just need to swap this so it will take the cargo from here. We're still getting science from here by the looks of it. More accidents. Everything looks okay. Food production is still fine. Food production is going to become... Oh, we're going to be overproducing food soon. We can probably remove some of these. Good, that's all done. Let's speed up again. Okay, that is almost done. There we go. Okay. Has been assigned to food, yes. We can reassign that to that now. It does want to be still. the main turned on. We do have 4 EVA things ready, which is good. That's how many I want to be able to turn on when we start moving. No, that's fine. They will have the food eventually. We could probably get one more of these. That's okay, good. Right, with that ready, we can actually increase the amount of food that's kept over here. Our stores are getting pretty low. Even though we should be producing more than we're consuming. How long are you going to take? Are you set to only keep... You are set to only keep... Yeah, because you're going to be pushing it over. That's fine, okay. Right. So, we're now producing excessive amounts of food, which is fine. I'm going to let it for a while. Let's absolutely fill our food banks. We'll turn this one off. But otherwise we'll leave everything else on. Okay. Ah, there's a problem. I can't get rid of this for a while yet. Since that's built, then we can also remove this one and put that there. How did this end up overfilled on polymers? Ah, it must have overfilled it while I was telling it to transfer from here to here. Damn it, never mind. Have you got your circuits yet? No. Okay. Then let's encourage the circuits to be sent to you. You don't need the stockpile. That'll sort that out and get that battery sorted. This is almost filled. Okay, let's speed things up again. Let's pause for a second so that we can get the next EVA building down. Pause its construction and power it off. Okay, now what to do it. The main thing we want to make sure is that this battery is getting constructed. It is. Okay, with the battery being constructed, we can set all of these back to no. All of the electronics back to 4, 4, 4, 4,
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Infirmary Sector 4 disabled. We're going to be able to replace those infirmaries sooner rather than later. Okay, we do need to burn some carbon. This will, or some, yeah, we know we need to burn some carbon, so we'll burn some polymers. This will also have the practical upshot of, yeah, this will also have the practical upshot that it will hold that polymer inside these buildings up until the point that we actually have the circuits to do something with them, which at the minute we don't. So it's basically just an extra storage of 225 polymer. And then we can remove this and put the last placeholder down. In fact, I think we worked out mathematically we wanted, in order to have the same amount of housing facilities in here as everywhere else. That's how things wanted to be set up. Okay, they're showing us pause, but this one does not, and neither does this one. Strange. Very strange. Good. You've now got your battery. Speed up. Good, we did see it. Colony's still working fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to hope that when this colony's finished, it doesn't automatically just move the storm front. So once the colony is finished, we will pull all of our ships back to us, and we will change their priorities so that, or any of these that are left, we'll tell them, so no goes, don't go to these. And what we'll do is we'll say, words, they're hard. We'll tell all of the ships to prioritize picking up survivors, or actual colonists, people, and cryopods. And then we'll move over to the industrial sector and we'll see whether or not
an accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
We can just game the system a little. Okay, pause. This is going to be eventually a second probe launcher. Okay, redesign of this sector is done. So there's still some spaces here. There's a space behind there, there's a space behind here, and there's a space here. But I like the Tetrisy of this. It is mostly all filled. Okay, and we're still producing 50% more food than we need, which is outstanding.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
What is this? Administrator.
An important message from our colonization mission requires your attention.
It has emerged that the concerning results of our earlier. These events should not trigger until after I've read the Sodden-related events. Leading many of the crew to believe we are just delaying the hour of humanity's end. Okay, the penalty is not that much of a concern, even if it is permanent. What happened? Okay, before we actually begin looking into what happened, we need all of you to stop Mine in. Head back to the ship and stay on board. Did we just lose 90 colonists? The answer very well could be yes. Okay. And then all of them want to pick up humans as a priority. This is a secondary. I believe we already have that. Yes. Okay, good. What was the next thing that I wanted to grab? Food production is increased. I don't think there's anything else we immediately need. It's now a question of what do we want to start making work on. The train station isn't necessarily a bad idea. We are eventually going to need this. Got 112 research just sitting around. Let's get vertical parking and increase that slightly. Because theoretically we're about to trigger 3 separate research events. Well, 2 separate research events, one after another. Because I'm not entirely sure that this might be able to continue an event, but it might be a continuation from the previous event. Okay. Okay, so we leave the planet. Storm immediately begins to move. We have finished our colonization tests. Colonization success rate on this planet are estimated at 25.12. Please authorize extraction. Okay, so we didn't lose anyone. Yeah, it's basically instantaneous. So the question is whether or not the science ship can survive landed on this planet. Because that's what's here. That ship is landed on that planet at the minute. What's weird is we're not getting a warning that our ship is in the storm. Is the problem only when we fly through the storm? And the hope is that because we have all 3 ships, or not 3 ships, we have like we have 7 ships, they'll be able to collect them in one go, and we're sitting right on top of them. The hope is that they'll just be able to grab them and then leave. And then we will move over to here, and we'll see if we can do the same thing, but it's going to depend on whether or not this science ship can survive just idling here. Thinking about it, yeah, we already knew our crew was stupid. I was just thinking about it. That warning was basically, oh, because this colonization test went so disastrously, then we must be screwed. It was a toxic world with a cyanide sea. How did they expect the colonization test to go? This is hardly an Earth-like planet. The human beings on our ship have some really strange ideas of what should and shouldn't be possible.
Ship team has completed a task.
Ready for extraction. Okay.
Caution. Entering stellar storm.
You mean we... Excuse me, you mean we weren't already in the storm? How are we not already in the storm? Okay, I think we already grabbed them. Are we done? Yep, we have instantly grabbed all 90 of them. That's what I wanted to see. Let's see how many solar panels we lose. Oh, wait. Pause. We can turn that on.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Okay, that just instantly killed 2 crew members because of 2 accidents at exactly the same time in the middle of the storm. This was kind of expected. What we're planning to do here is risky. The bigger concern is that... Yep, I am aware. Hang on, wait, no. Are you just reminding me that... Is that just a reminder? Or did 2 extra? Okay, no. 2 crew members died in the last sector due to accidents. Due to storm-related accidents. What next? I'm tempted to grab that just in case we lose a solar cell. We can mitigate some of that by turning shit off, but still. Loading, unloading, construction speed, docking bay can store more resources. That isn't a terrible thing just to grab. Let's grab that. And then train station. A lot of the other stuff isn't going to be going in any of the areas that we have in the minute. I'd like to know how much the train station is going to cost. Speeds of true transfer and authorized expansion of buildings. No, because we don't have the buildings yet for it. Let's get this, because I do want to be producing more waste. Whoa, wait a second. We lost a lot of hull from that single strike. Like an unreasonable amount of hull. if we eat another one of those, it will just blow us up. Change of plan. I think it's about time. Can I remove this from the list? Which was the one that we had queued? Or the one that we was researching that we just cancelled so that we could start doing this one. No, that's the next on the list. Ah, right, okay, yeah. You can be queued up.
Caution. Entering debris field.
Just to make matters slightly worse. Once we stop moving, then this will start collecting a lot quicker, or repairing a lot quicker, assuming we don't get hit before we make it. I don't know how much we lost, but it was a significant amount. Okay, so we're here. Now the question begins.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, scans have detected large quantities of steel around what appears to be wreckage of the Entermanaki's industrial zone. We have arrived at the ruined industrial zone. The view is intriguing. In addition to general debris and bodies that float everywhere, there are large piles of previously molten metal that have solidified when the area was exposed to the vacuum space. The zone has been ripped open, and much of its interior appears to have been blown away. The structural tear extends into a storage area full of suspended yellow particles. Silicon? Look for the source of the yellow particles. Let's look for the source of the yellow particles because they may be dangerous. So if we lose this ship, because again this ship is technically now landed on here, so should have some form of protection. If we lose the ship, then we reload our last save and we leave. Because at that point, this was an interesting idea that the game never properly explained whether or not I could do. So again, lack of information is what makes me save scum. If I couldn't reasonably predict it, because the game hasn't given me the information I need to predict it, then I'm happy to reload a previous save. Okay. We are starting to get rid of the carbon. Thankfully we haven't lost a thingy yet. Current alloy stocks can maintain the hull for... I'm never confident that I believe that. For 53 cycles. I'm basically going to allow this to get up as high as we can, and then I will turn one of these off until we start moving again. Unless an accident requires us to make an immediate change. We do, however, have to figure out where we're going to go after this. Okay, we need to make sure all sectors have 5 cycles of battery power. Could be a problem for here, but again, once everything is docked, we can turn this all off. And in fact, we can turn that off already, although we do need to turn this on. Leaving Earth behind, Discovery, the fate of protagonists, spending too much time in the system. From discouraging results following 2 planetary colonization tests.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Infirmary, Sector 4. I'm sitting over Sector 4. The other infirmary was already online. Actually not a problem. Are there any sectors that have both infirmaries online that we can turn on and off? Yep. Fusion stations being disabled. 3 crew members were killed. And then battery damage here.
Ship team has completed a task.
The team followed the trail of yellow particles through the vac room to another sector of the Antimanaki wreckage. It appears to be at least partially spared from the destruction we have seen elsewhere. The particles come from the crushed and damaged flowers of yellow squash, a bed of frozen plants surrounded by a large brown sculpture depicted of the earth. Crowns of laurels. Many messages have been left near the sculpture, railing against the perceived enemy of humanity, Dolos, and the I can't remember how that's pronounced. A plaque at its base reads, "Against the cynicism that kills hope, against the madness that precipitates hell, to perpetuate the genius of humanity and the memory of our lives on Earth." There is a compartment beneath the plaque, which is a sealed time capsule was found. It's plausible it could be opened. We're gonna lose some people here. It may be worth it in the long run, but that's anyone's guess. Repaired and recharging. Oh, that's going to be a problem. If we lose a battery mid-flight. Okay, your food store is full. This isn't full yet. Once this is full, then we'll activate this to allow it to back up as well. This needs to back up a bit. Okay, it's all fine. Standard accident there. 3 crew members are injured. I don't want to be building anything, so let's just speed this up and try and get through this as quickly as possible. We have 10 minutes if we want to stick under an hour. 2, 1.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Inside the capsule were toys and other everyday items. Several objects were of unknown purpose. There was a packet of newspaper clippings that revealed some of what happened after the Tyquin first entered self-similar space. There was a total collapse of the Earth ecosystem, accelerated by the moon's destruction. In response, the United Nations installed a totalitarian government of planetary surveillance to protect the population from eco-terrorists and the continued waves of pandemics. They prioritized corporate practices that supported the environment and its preservation. Individual responsibility seems to have become paramount. Numerous legal ramifications were implemented to counter any further acceleration of the ecosystem destruction. In this time of crisis, and guided by the government, society seems to have turned on politicians, extremists, immigrants, and conspiracy theorists. One after the other, they portrayed them as potential scapegoats, holding them responsible for 250 years of industrialization, market disruption, superficial social practices or societal practice, moral decay, and hyperconsumerism. The Entamanaki was to be the great arc and the global project that would save humanity. Only those deemed well behaved in the eyes of the government would be allowed to board. The Ashtangi, see, get that? Fanatics of mysticism and the proponents of genetic manipulation were left behind on Earth, and the deviants, or with the deviants and the dissidents. New technology: self-cleaning lubricants upgrade for the waste treatment center. Okay, so we know the storage and let's get the storage area first. Now we know that it's safe. We'll get the storage area and then we'll explore the industrial complex. Resources before everything else. I want to see what that research was. Power cost. Fair enough. Power cost is not something that is worth ignoring.
Solar panel badly damaged.
Define badly damaged. Was it destroyed? Define badly damaged. Right, yeah, we can turn this off now. All's at max, there's no need for it to be on. Balance has fixed itself. EVA task queued. We can cancel that in a minute. I didn't realise we were actually that close. Can we turn that on? Electronics. You don't need the electronics. Send them over to there, please. It actually damaged the cheapest one for us to replace. Thank God. Turn that off. And let's go back through these and set them back all to 4. I turn this back on safely. Safely being the optimal word.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Nice. Storage area seems to have been the battleground for a large violent clash. Workers attempted to repel an invader using small firearms and improvised weapons. Apart from cutting lasers apart from the cutting laser marks across the body and containers, there's no evidence that identifies the invader. The large majority of the storage area seems to have been emptied, but after some search, the expert team had located a number of intact cryopods and resource containers. Everything has been prepared for extraction. Okay. All of our ships should now be launching. I think they've already grabbed the cryopods. If we come over to here. Yep, they already grabbed all of the cryopods, just instantly snatched the lot of them. We're probably going to get maybe 1 or 2 more accidents before everything else goes to hell. If worst comes to the worst, we can pause the repair and construction. Okay.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
That
Caution. Hull integrity below 50%.
Let's see. Medium stockpile has been disabled. 8 crew were injured. That's overloaded the hospital. We can't turn the hospital online. As it stands. There we go. That fixes that problem. Sector 4 has a fire. Sector 4 does not have something to put out the fire. Can we turn this on? Task awaiting orders. I imagine it can't come over here to put out the fire. If that means we have to have a fire station in every single one of these, can the fire station operate between sectors? Dispatches trucks to put out fires. Fire vehicle is faster, puts out fires faster. If we have to dedicate space to this in every single one of these sectors, because this isn't a small building, I don't think I even have the room to put one of these down without like dismantling something large. This is only given +1, be meaning to disassemble it anyway. The bigger issue is that we don't have the storage space for it. That looks like it's going to set the building next to it on fire. Okay, we need you at the minute to get rid of... Which sector are we looking at? Sector 4. Get rid of some of your alloys. I don't care where you get rid of them to, just get rid of them. Or actually no, we can temporarily store them in there. Just make sure we're not importing anymore.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The industrial zone itself was devastated. Both factories and machineries and crew were covered by flying molten metal as depressurization occurred. As the metal solidified, grisly moments were created. Sometimes all that remains of the body is a cracked metal shell. Cryopods found in this area have either been covered in steel or compromised. The team was able to gather information about the Entomanaki's production methods. Well, let it grab the science, and then we'll tell it where we're going to leave. Because look at the size of this. If we have to have one of these in every sector, then that's just a giant block that just has to sit around. The ship's repairing itself again, at least. At maximum speed. I think we lose this building before this gets finished. The fire truck needs to be able to access all the sectors. It may be able to do that with the train, but yeah, it should be able to access all of the sectors. You shouldn't need one in every single sector. I do hope people aren't dying in that fire. Yeah, the building's been destroyed at this point. Or fully damaged. Okay. I wonder if that storm is going to come back. Wait, what? When? When did a fire break out here, of all places? Okay, you're fine on the crew. Okay, the fire burnt itself out before this even finished. So now it's just awaiting repairs.
Caution. Entering debris field.
Just as long as we've left the storm. We've left the storm. We lost very little in the grand scheme of things. Could increase our population limits. We can make people wake up quicker. have options. Let's queue up the train system. Can we enable both of those temporarily? Nah, it wouldn't help us. If we go over to Sector 3, max. Sector 4, max. Maximize the amount of ice we can store in there. How much can these things store now? 360. Okay. I think, after all of that, again, the fire's been put out before the bloody fire station has even finished building. I may need to have fire stations for the next sector. I unfortunately know what's going to happen, or I know a thing that will happen in the next sector. Because I was trying to find an answer to another question, and somebody put in their title their entire question in spite of the fact that it was a spoiler. So, never mind. Can't blame people for wanting answers to questions. Can blame them for not considering the fact that other people may not actually know what happens in the game yet and would like to not be told. Okay, so I want to keep... So yeah, we can go... I want to make sure that everything has like, I think 40 spare space in case we need to disassemble something. So 680... that one always wants to only have a partial amount in it. Sector 4, currently not importing, which is fine. Sector 8 can go up to 80, yeah, that's all good. Electronics is the same all around. Polymers, basically keep it at maximum at all times. There's not really any reason for Sector 3 to keep any, but... Food, 300, 300, 100, 50, 50. The buffer there is mostly in case we need to disassemble the, what's it called? The mess hall, so that's all fine. Waste. We're trying to keep things balanced. Ice. Keep all of the ice in here. Cryopods. They don't need to be sent anywhere. All of that is fine. All of that is fine. All of that is fine. Yeah. So, we will leave it there for now. We now have full access to the entirety of the rest of the map. I'm expecting that storm front is probably going to make its way back, so we should focus on the planets that are actually in this area that we've just uncovered first. So we'll get our probes launching. We have plenty of alloys, so once we've got our repairs sorted, I may finish building this so that we can start getting 2 probes launched. And we can turn off some of these now that we're out of the storm. We fully repaired our solar panels. It's a good job it didn't... I was half expecting it to entirely consume resources when it destroyed the solar panels. So the fact it didn't is nice. But yeah. We're back here again. We're not going to be staying here for long, but thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back again on Monday. Yes, on Monday for more of this. So hopefully we'll see you next time. Cheerio.